Volvo V70R is the most underrated car you can modify. 6-speed manual transmission, 2.5-liter, 5-cylinder car. You get all-wheel drive, and it's a wagon. There were less Volvo V70Rs made than a Ferrari 488 Pista.
Before you get into all that,
oh, sorry.
we're in a completely new space.
Welcome.
Season 2.
Jeez. Just come out swinging.
Gels wasn't
You're
even
not even
ready
gonna,
for
You're
it.
gonna even not even acknowledge the change of background, the echo we got going on in here. You're not gonna acknowledge any of that.
No, we are in a new spot, ladies and gentlemen. We're finally in, and I believe the podcast community hears this first, that we're here. We're here because this is gonna go up on Friday before we post the big video that we've moved.
True. Yeah. This is insider info right now.
Congratulations.
Season 2.
Yeah.
God, harder.
Dude, it's so exciting to be in a space and have a spot to film and not have to back all your vehicles out of the garage, but then move the cars that are in front of the garage first so we can back the vehicles that are out of the garage. We're able to just set up. We're just able to do it.
How do you guys feel? Because like for me, obviously, I'm just happy that we're here. But like this has to be good for you because now you don't have to work in my house.
On your bedroom? Yeah.
In
my bedroom.
On the bedroom.
On the bedroom.
Depending on where you and how you phrase that, I feel like I might get a letter.
Yeah. Well.
No, yeah, we worked in the bedroom for a while, and this is
There was no bed in the bedroom.
There was no bed. No, there's two
There's
desks.
cat bed.
There's a cat bed. Yeah, we don't have shop cat, which is kind of messed up. But we told you guys we were gonna do it. We were gonna get a shop, and we got burned on the church spot.
Fuck the church.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, that was a heavy
That
statement.
church.
Heavy
Well, fuck
statement
that
in
church.
season 2.
It wasn't even the church's fault.
It kind of was.
Yeah, it
Well,
kinda
I
was.
guess
it was.
I'm pretty sure the guy that
Like-
was renting it to us was like a pastor of the church.
Do you think he ran it by them, and then all the church people were like, "No, hell no."
Probably. He was like, hey, hear me out.
I'm pretty sure Corinthians said once, "Thou shall not rent section of church for car kids."
What book is that in?
New Testament. That's
then-
when he was.
okay.
That's when God was a G.
It doesn't matter though, because this one is way better than that one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, this is already
This is
better
sick.
than that other one could have ever been.
yeah. I love it, man. What's your
Yeah.
guys' favorite part of this new shop so far?
The space, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy
I
how
was
much we
able to-
fit in here.
Yeah,
and we
make a lot of sets out of it. Like we were filming yesterday, and it was just like so easy. Like boom, boom. This is cool. This is cool. This is cool because we don't have to try and find a spot in the house to make a video look.
It was
cool.
it was almost wild that we filmed because we film a lot, but we filmed I think 6 videos or 5 videos yesterday, and the speed that we were able to just like set up and do it. and
Shop's
just
paying for
get done,
itself.
It's wild. It's been absolutely incredible. I'll tell you what though, my wife Becca decorated the bathroom.
Dude,
in here.
bathroom, best part.
Bathroom, best part of this whole shop.
Which is honestly-
it smells fantastic. Smells like caramel. There's pictures and paintings and toothpaste and
It's really nice in there.
anything that you might need for.
I'm gonna
for a
work in the
quick fix.
bathroom.
I was
We
thinking
should do a
about it.
podcast in the bathroom.
Potty break.
Potty break.
Real podcast.
I think we are still missing some stuff. We gotta get.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta get. I want to bring I want to do wheel wall. I want to do
No.
more wood.
No more
here.
wheel wall.
We're
No,
doing.
we're doing something
What about
better
a
than a
wheel?
wheel wall.
What about a wheel corner?
I'll do a corner.
7
Wheel
wheels
walls are
tall.
wheel walls are heavy. I don't know
right.
if you know that, and I've moved enough of them in my lifetime.
The thing is,
You're
though,
gonna be moving more, bud. I'm sorry.
it is really sick, but it's not all rainbows and sunshine.
Why
Because
is that?
this shit's serious now. Like this is a big payment.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this shit's expensive.
We can't actually. We can go only forward because now we actually have a bill to pay.
Yeah.
Previously, it was my own mortgage paying the bill, and
Yeah.
now we actually have to do this. So, with that being said, I do want to give a shout out to Carl M, Israel H, Chris S, Femi A, Jesmil T.
Who are these people?
I know, Tim S. Oh, he canceled his order. Never mind.
Oh,
Damn it,
Tim,
Tim.
Tim,
come on,
Tim, come back, dude. Raymond H.
Raymond. Sorry.
Thank you so much for ordering something from the MartiniWorks website, whether it was a car part to mod your car or a t-shirt or a car show shirt or something like that. We definitely appreciate it. And if you guys are looking to mod your car somewhere, please come over to the website because now we got bills to pay. And we have a whole bunch of new products on the website. You can now sort by year, make, model. That's sick.
Huge.
We now have categories, so
Groundbreaking.
instead of it taking 7 clicks to get to a wheel, now you can just hover over shop and go to wheels. That's pretty neat.
And
We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
just remember, if there's something that you really want but it's not on there, we can get you pretty much freaking anything.
We got like
send us
a
message.
crazy body kit for a Nissan Gloria. So it's like
was
if we can
wild.
get that, we can get you pretty much anything.
We can literally get you anything, but it does mean the world to have the support. If you're looking for wheels or tires, you know, one of the things we do try to say is like, especially with tax season coming around, I know you guys are probably looking for car parts. You can buy from the big corporate Johnnies, or you can buy from the homies that just want to see you build a dope car, which is us. We're the dope people. Most of us, I'd say
It's
we're kind of cool.
I mean, like, you can support your friends or you can support big business. Up to you. We'll get it to you
Smells
probably
like big
quicker.
business.
And I mean, we can price match and stuff like that too. We try to get you guys the best prices because we're hooking up the homies. So
And we do also clap every time we get an order. And it's
We
very
do. We
echoey
cheer.
in here, so it sounds like there's 20 people. It's really just
it's
like
really great.
4.5
you can
humans.
imagine when you click order, just a stadium cheering for
Who's the
Yeah.
half human?
you. What? You can't say that. He's
Well,
a nice guy.
He said 4.5. I wanted to know who was the short one out.
I have a season 2 of the podcast. I have the biggest hole in my fucking sock.
Oh my
Things are going down.
Yeah, we
Things
got
are
our
going-
Wabaki.
We got our Wabaki.
My
I
Wabaki.
took mine off because I wanted to do socks, but now I'm regretting it.
With that being said, let's jump into the first topic. We were talking about underrated cars that you could modify, right? And that was one of the things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do that in segment 2, but I guess we'll just get into it now.
Well, if we do, I guess we'll wait. I'm sorry. I'm so excited.
He
to
started
talk.
the podcast.
I'm so excited to
He
talk.
doesn't know how to act in season 2.
I'm so excited to talk about
Acting up.
Volvo. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go back to the shop. We'll go
Okay,
back to the
yes.
shop.
What are the plans for the show? Obviously, this is like day. What's our
4.
4?
4.
4.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
So,
yeah,
what are you thinking for this? I know we
really just
kind
had
of.
to.
I got to go through my ABCs
It's
sometimes.
like we're what's the word for it? Primitive. We've established corners for things. We have like the
P corner.
no, well, kind of, but no, we're doing like the mechanic setup. Right? That's
yeah,
where
yeah.
we're gonna be working on shit, kind of over there. We have the car storage just to look cool and store cars. Then we have some project car stuff in this corner. This bay will be kind of working on stuff. We have a drain there, which
That's
is
nice.
nice.
Yep.
Apparel
Apparel
for
and merch
all the
and whatnot.
businesses.
Yep, and then
Office.
our office is right there.
And we got like a nice waiting room with, I'm pretty sure, chairs from a official waiting room.
Yeah.
Those
so
are straight out of like a dentist office.
I'm pretty sure I bought those from a dentist 'cause when he stopped by, he showed up with a Volvo and a small trailer. But there was five of those bad boys. We had to bring them up. The greatest thing ever is like I walk through the house now, like walking downstairs, going to the
You have a house. again.
storage area. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, this is what the walls look like.
We pulled so much shit out of your house.
It was
Dude,
great.
how big was the fucking U-Haul we got?
26-footer.
It was
And it took 2
huge.
trips.
Pulled it twice.
2 trips.
Yeah, we
Plus another person's house. We had to take a bunch.
Yeah,
of stuff out.
we stopped at their house to pick up all the apparel, and we're like, oh, this is gonna be the big one because
Yeah.
there's like 50 boxes of apparel and
Totes
totes
and-
and all the WCC gear and all this. We're like, oh man, we got the good one out of the way. Then we got to your house, and we're like, shit.
Yeah.
After the 26-footer filled up really quick, we're like, damn, we're gonna need to run back with this thing, and we did.
Yeah, we got there was a
There was
lot of
desks, there was plants, there
Sim rigs.
was chairs, there was half of a sim rig, there was tools, there was wheels, parts,
stuff. We
cars,
got so much more to go too. We still got more.
cat tower.
Cat Tower for Maki when he comes. He's
When's
just
he gonna come? Why are you holding out?
because he's on a little bit of a probation. We're checking to see, we believe, I'm under the impression that Maki gets a little stressed with so many guests, and that's what's causing his bladder to be a little weaker. And so we've been testing it out without having the people in the house. Has it all kind of settled down?
Sure.
And so far, what I can say is the answer is yes. Most of the
Oh,
cats
we were
have seemed
stressing Maki out.
well, big boys, lots of noise, the
thing-
thing going up and down the road.
He was fine.
Well, yeah, he sleeps a lot, but that doesn't mean when he's awake he ain't stressed. I know there's not a lot going on behind the eyes.
I know, but it was like, we've worked around Maki for a while, and it's only as of recent.
I know. Listen, man, I don't speak cat. I'm just trying
I thought
to.
you did, honestly.
You
After
talk to those cats a lot.
I do talk to the cats. I would love a little machi walking around. My God, I miss that dude
I guess
so
we'll
much.
just have to get another cat.
No. No, I'm done.
Felt the pain in Alex's
done.
voice.
Yeah,
when he
like
replied
you
to
feel
that.
that resonate come out. That was.
The cats are expensive when you've got a few of them. That's all I'll say.
I can only imagine.
I think what I would really like to see, obviously this is like, it's a nice box. It's our box.
It is a box.
I would like us to build this. I kind of, the easiest way I could explain it is I want it to feel like a coffee shop. That's what I wanted. I wanted to feel like
automotive coffee
an
shop?
automotive
Yeah.
coffee shop. That's what I
That's
want.
a good way to put it.
I want people to come in and it feel like cozy and warm and
They sit down and they write a book.
yes.
Or they say that they're writing a book, but they never write a book.
Yeah, you know, and it's the people with the pants that are like up to here, but not because they're trying to save money, but because that's cool.
Right.
You know, that's what I want.
You want to wear high pants?
No, I'm just saying those are the kind of people that typically go to the coffee
Is there a
shops.
flood?
Well, that's usually what most people say when they joke around people wearing pants this high. I don't know. But what we do want is I would really like to get, you know, we have a guy coming to check out maybe making a wood wall
like a
right
half
here,
wall.
little half wall here. We do have to get some sort of like quick jack thing. So if you know anybody that knows how to do that
Or a
or would
lift.
like to, or that has a lift
Okay.
or works for a lift company,
Okay.
throw it our way.
Or tools.
I got one for you.
anything.
Alex, I got one for you.
Unless you're Snap-on and it's like $10,000. We can't afford shit right now.
Let's see if we can add some beneficial information here. If someone aspires one day to have their own shop, do you have any advice for them as the furnace kicks in? Hopefully they can't hear that.
I mean, if I can hear it, they can definitely hear
It's
it.
fine.
There's
It's
definitely a furnace.
Season 2, go crazy.
Season 2's got a furnace.
We got a
as the
fourth person on
special
the
guest.
podcast, the furnace.
No, I would say the biggest tip that I can give you in terms of a shop space is make it the last decision you make. And the way that I share that, or why I share it like that, is because you really want to exhaust every other possible option you can before you jump into getting a space that you have to start paying for. So for me, for instance, I know that I'm a pain in the ass to deal with when it comes to storage and having things at people's houses and stuff like that. But like we made it work for as long as possible because it made this step that much easier. A lot of times people like they get, you know, they'll get their third project car and they're like, I got to get a shop. And it's like, so they jump in, they get a shop, they spend $1,400 a month. They pack it with shit like everybody else's car for $50 a month.
Yep.
And it's still not enough. You know what I mean?
Right,
And
because
it's
now you filled it up.
Exactly. You fill it up with a bunch of junk. You're not making any money. People aren't asking you to weld their fenders and stuff like that. And the next thing you know, you have to, you know, get kicked out of your own shop. And it's kind of a bummer. That's how a lot of these stories go. So I would say my biggest tip is like exhaust every other resource you can, friends, family, anything you can do to keep your dream alive before you start paying a stranger to store all your stuff. That would be my tip.
But man, it's fucking worth it once you get there.
Oh, it makes
so
it
nice
is.
to have a
It
shop.
feels good. Like it feels worth it.
Yeah.
I like these steps. It's so crazy, dude. Because like YouTube, I mean, you guys get it, but it's like YouTube sometimes has this thing out for people that just watch the content where it's like, oh, you know, getting a shop and just starting to work on cars looks actually really easy. All I gotta do is get a lift and
spend
a camera.
Yeah,
and,
$2,000 a month, and
That's why I kind of asked it, because it's like I think through automotive YouTubers, like it's hard to remember that a lot of these guys have been doing it for like 12 plus years and
There's
really
a
have
lot of
grind
stuff.
that I think like a shop is becoming like common. Like everyone thinks like,
Yeah.
oh, as a car person,
well,
gotta
you
have a
need it.
shop.
Yeah,
But
like that's how you start. And
Yeah.
It's like no.
Yeah. In reality, it's like you said, it's like one of the last things
Yeah.
you should start getting into because it is such an expense, a responsibility, and different things. But if you can make it work, it is, dude. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Like we've only been working here a few days, and it's already made things so much.
Dude, it's so nice, and it's so refreshing to actually like walk into like quote unquote a home base again.
Yeah.
Where it's like obviously I do enjoy working from home, get a lot of shit done. It's relaxing, it's nice, but it's like, dude, like coming in at in the morning, walking up to all this and planning out for the day, and we can just get stuff set up, dude. It is so nice. And then like we were even planning stuff out for the build out of the shop. Obviously this is a pretty blank canvas right now, so like you're talking about having someone come in and we want to make it like have that like coffee shop vibe, and we're each building out like a section for the apparel, because we want to have like apparel on display. We want to have people come in, we want to host events,
Cars and coffee.
we want to build cars, so we got a whole section over
Yeah.
here that it's exciting. It's really
Yeah.
exciting.
I can't wait to have other people come check it out once we have it
Yeah.
going and like involve the community. And we've already talked about too, like if people order and they're close by, like like, what if we help them install parts or put the wheels on for them, or
we
even just get to hand deliver them? They come pick it up. Like, that is going to be such a fucking
It helps
cool
save them
thing.
on shipping too, because we got a guy in Menasha. Thank you for if you're watching, picked up some wheels for his Supra. So we're having them shipped here. He's like, yeah, I'll come pick them up.
That's so sick.
Sick.
That is so
Come
fucking
check out the
cool.
shop.
Yeah, that's so cool. I'm just really excited because it feels real, you know. And
Yeah.
we've been doing it
Yeah,
for
yeah.
so long. And blessed to you both, because I had to not even really convince these guys. They just said yes. It would have been a year ago. I was just like, dude, you guys have a home. We'll figure it out. Like, and they're like, hell yeah. And then they started, and they're like, oh, you mean literally a home? And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be working in the home, my home. You have a home here, but also at my home, you know. And it's like you guys put through all that work, and obviously worked in some pretty interesting positions for a whole year to make it possible. So I really appreciate that.
I'm so stoked that we were able to, like, dude, we have a TikTok with like 50,000 followers, Instagram with 20,000 followers, and YouTube with going on 50,000 followers, with multiple channels. We did that all out of a freaking like bedroom.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thank you to everyone that's listening to the podcast and do that, because like the fact that we were able to do that and get support, and we had a lot of support instantly once we like left previous jobs and stuff, dude, that was a game changer. So like thank you to everyone that listens, because you literally made this space possible, and not to do like the corny like YouTuber thing, but like truly like thank you.
Yes.
Like you support you picking up a t-shirt goes so much farther than what you know. Like that helps us live our dreams and get to make content for you guys. So
yeah, no, definitely appreciate it. And that goes out to like some of our vendors too. You know, you talk about Fortunato, you talk about Continental, and we talk about those guys, and it's like
Huge part.
we love their product, and they also love us, and it's just like a nice, healthy relationship. You know, it's like one of those things where you can talk to and brag about and not feel like you're like doing a disservice to the audience. Like we can confidently talk about why we like Continental, knowing damn well Continental's a good ass tire. You know,
And knowing that we run them on our own vehicles.
yeah,
because
and
we trust them.
And it's the same thing as like Fortunato and that story, you know, and having them support the podcast, but also just the general fact that like they make good shit and they support us and they support what we do, and I think the whole principle of like MartiniWorks, not to get weird on you guys if you're listening, but it's like it's the premise that it's a community, and the industry should be built like a community. It should have like health and a conversation around it. It shouldn't be owned by three massive, huge fucking conglomerates that like they just run the whole thing, and they convince you to buy, you know, oh, don't buy from us from brand 1, buy us from brand 3. And it's like, well, it's the same fucking shit. It's just a different name. And it's that whole thing all over again. And so
it's under a different Instagram account.
yeah, it's like, so when we're able to walk into this space and it's like, wow, we've got it. We've got the first step. It's a huge chance, and we appreciate you guys giving us that chance to make this thing happen.
absolutely. I think that leads into our sponsor of the podcast.
Oh my God.
Continental, like we were talking about. And the beautiful thing about Continental is they didn't reach out to us initially. We reached out to them because, like Alex said, we enjoy their product. And the whole point of us doing this whole thing, let's work with the brands we actually like.
Yeah.
So Continental is perfect for that, dude. I've been running the DWS06 Plus on my Jetta all winter, and it has been phenomenal. I'm so happy that I got a chance to run that, because I've heard people talk about it. Now I've experienced it. The Jetta has not been stuck once,
That's good.
That's good.
even with all of its problems.
And there was a lot of
There
snow.
was a lot
Yeah,
of stuff.
no, legit. I did put it through its paces, and it's done phenomenal. And then if you want to take it that next step further, those Viking Contact 7s are insane. But I am excited to throw the Extreme Contact Sport O2s back on in summer, dude. Perfect matchup on the Supra. So thank you, Continental. If you guys are looking for tires, hit us up at MartiniWorks. You're going to get some Contis. You're going to love them. And we'll catch you in the second half.
Hell yeah.
That's not a coffee cup.
It's going to melt.
Yeah, I don't. That's, oh my God.
If
It's
you
literally
spill
warped.
Mario.
That's melted. You're drinking plastics.
Oh my God. Welcome back. Segment 2. We're talking about Mario drinking scalding hot coffee out of a flimsy plastic glass.
Yep.
He's going to make it.
Dude, it was like a penny cup, like those, like you get them at like the Dollar Tree, and they're nice to have for like water. And he puts it under the coffee maker.
I'm just waiting for the bottom.
Bro, it's just going to all start pouring out the bottom. Anyways, okay, so let's get into some of the most underrated cars to modify.
I already told you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you
what,
like
you
the
want to
bubble.
run that back again? I was just taken way off guard. And I
Well,
wasn't
I think
listening.
the important thing about underrated cars is that they are, in fact, underrated.
Sure.
You know, they're a car that as you see, you're like, oh, that's not that's not that bad. You know, that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of cool, right? And that couldn't be more true for the Volvo V70R. The second generation wagon is an absolute fucking treat. It's a cool car. Sure, if something breaks, it costs as much as a Ferrari, but it was rarer than a Ferrari, and it's a wagon.
And they sound cool.
They sound super cool because it's 5 valves per cylinder, so it's the same sort of weird noise you get from an Audi TTRS, the new ones, or the ones that it's literally considered a mini Ferrari engine.
I've been watching that Wheelam guy I talked about in a previous podcast that we did, and I was happily surprised because in the back of my head, like I always just thought Volvos were a huge pain in the ass to work on. Things were done. We were kind of like Volkswagen, you know?
Yeah.
But like I did a little bit of work on my buddy's S60R, just the sedan version. Nothing crazy, but I helped him with that. It wasn't too bad. But I always just had this idea that they were terrible to work on. They're not. They seem pretty standard.
Yeah.
The only thing, like Alex said, some of the parts can get really pricey.
Aren't like the headlights like super
If you have
expensive on some of
glass
those?
headlights, you pop one of those, you pretty much total the car. It's kind of wild. So there are some weird things like that, but it can be so worth it. You take care of it. They're dope cars.
I just always thought they were so interesting. Even like the first gen is, I think, front wheel drive, but they sound so just interesting because the chassis is so long.
Sure.
So the exhaust just has a really interesting note to it that you don't hear from anything else.
Yeah.
And I just always really liked them. And then I remember seeing some back at the Cars and Coffee in Minnesota and being like, those are just so neat. Like they're just big shoe boxes.
I'd say the S60R is just as underrated. That's an all-wheel drive turbocharged car that should be compared to STIs and Evos, and it's not for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's honestly not as much of a looker. Like it's more subtle, a lot more like that's for like an older guy probably.
It's
But-
like you hear Volvo and you're like, oh, I never really thought of that.
and it
it's
kind
like,
of looks like it has the Volvo look,
Yeah.
you know. It's like a more refined.
What do you mean by that?
That they're boring, kind of, you know.
They are
You can
kinda
make them
boring
look
looking.
decent, but like an S60R in a slew of traffic looks like traffic, and that's just the way it is. An STI or an Evo you can pick out. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I would pick up an S60R.
Got a little headlight.
But I'm
wipers.
saying why it's underrated and probably why 16-year-olds aren't getting them because, dude, I've seen these for $7,000, $8,000.
Right.
It's an all-wheel drive turbocharged car that you can make 300 horse out of with bolt-ons. And
We're not talking about how much it costs to fix anything, though. So if you're
Right.
16 and you buy a S60R, Godspeed,
Yeah.
my good friend.
Yeah, you're right.
Godspeed. What do you think, Joes?
You're not ready for this one.
I think I am.
I'm ready.
No, Toyota Previa,
I don't know what that is.
the old like 90s Toyota van with like the super sloped
Yes.
front end.
Okay. Now I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I only say that because I found one on Marketplace and it was like stupid clean and stupid cheap. I'm like, man, that's kind of neat looking. I bet like someone would make like those really cool. And I looked it up, and Junction Produce actually makes a fucking badass body kit for it, and it looks so damn cool. And now I want one.
That's dope. That was a good one.
Sounds like a flavor of the week kind of thing.
It probably is, yeah, 100%. But dude, if you haven't looked up the Toyota Previa,
Let me guess.
Junction Produce kit,
Let me guess.
it's insane. What's up?
It's naturally aspirated, isn't it?
Duh.
Fucking knew it.
You're going to have to make a change eventually, Gels.
I think-
you're eventually going to want something that's turbocharged.
I think a good thing for underrated cars that you need to consider is the aftermarket availability too, because it's not fun to get a car and then realize that nobody makes parts
can't
for them.
mod it,
And the only thing you can do, like if you're not fabricating everything yourself, which isn't many of us, including myself, you're pretty much just going with universal shit, and that shit is not
No,
fun
it's
either.
not. Yeah, it's hard
So-
to get to work. It doesn't look the best.
I would say an underrated platform that still has modability is front-wheel drive turbocharged cars. Talked about them before. I will die on that hill. They are so damn good, and they always get overlooked because everyone's like, "Oh, front-wheel drive, that sucks." What are you saying?
Nothing.
I
Just
don't
go
know what
ahead.
he's saying. He's mouthing things.
He's
Oh,
going to say this.
yeah.
I'm
Go
not.
ahead.
You think you know what I'm gonna say?
I think I do.
All right. Well, then I will go.
Oh, come on.
I'm trying to think.
Don't change it. Don't change it. Go ahead.
I'm
Say
not
it.
gonna say Mark IV GTI.
No.
No, we didn't think you
Oh,
were.
okay. Now I'm curious what you think I'm gonna say. Cobalt SS.
Damn it, I was
It's a
close.
similar variety.
Similar variety.
SRT4.
I was going to say Caliber.
Yeah,
Oh, Caliber, that's
Caliber.
underrated. You're right.
See?
100%. Yeah, if my thinker was turned on, I would have said that first because the people know the Neon SRT. For whatever reason, Calibers have been getting slept on. They are just slightly harder to find, but you can get them almost cheaper because they're not as desirable. I think they look cool.
They're just
I
they're
think they-
tough to love.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
they're not.
Okay, so here's why I say that. The reason is everything's just a little bit bigger than I think what it should have been. Like the whole design of the car is just it's a pretty big.
It's bulky.
It's a tortoisey
Boisterous.
look. It's
boisterous. There it is.
It's a tortoisey looking car. I was gonna say
The thing is,
boisterous.
they're not big. Like they
No,
look
they're-
bulky, but
yeah.
they're not big.
No, it's just
you
the-
sit in a Caliber. It's like
Yeah, it's kind of.
about the size of a Neon. Honestly,
it's tight. It's tight. That's most.
I like the practicality of the hatch. I'm a big hatch guy, dude. I would pick one of those up. Actually, before I picked up my Focus ST, I was trying to get a Caliber.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of harder to find.
Yeah, the problem with them too, especially up here, is dude, they're
The ones up here are
they're
clap.
fucking rotted as
Yeah.
shit. Like even like the SRT4s, finding like a clean SRT4 that doesn't have
Impossible.
rotted
impossible.
rockers and fenders and stuff, dude. It's
But let me tell you, dude, you do your bolt-ons, which are cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You do a tune.
the biggest front mount intercooler you can find. 'Cause
Obviously.
that's just what you
just
do with
want it to look cool.
SRT4s.
Any four-banger turbo, you just shove the biggest intercooler for whatever reason. You don't
Yep.
need it. It's probably hurting it.
Yep. Straight pipe exhaust.
Dude, you will have so much fun. There's no way you won't have a smile on your face for the before and after of those. Dude, it's so damn good.
Well, the SRT4 didn't even come with a muffler from factory.
Correct.
Really?
That's why they sounded so incredible from factory.
Yes,
Yes.
that's 100% fact.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't.
I did not know
because
that.
I remember my friends would get pulled over by state troopers and they'd look underneath the car and he'd be like, no, it doesn't come with a muffler from the factory. No, he had a catless downpipe.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they wouldn't ever believe him.
Yeah,
And
The
shit
reason
like
they
that, but-
sounded so wild with just a quick downpipe
cool sounding
was
cars.
because they were just built.
Yeah,
like
dude,
I
I
don't
always
care what anyone
remember.
says.
I always remember hearing those on like cruises and like pulling up the meets and stuff, and they always just sounded so fucking pissed off. Like you knew it was an SRT4.
That was the best part, though, is like
Yeah.
if you got like 3 of those things together, you
my
felt like
God.
the scene from the
Yes.
first Cars
Yes,
where like they're
yeah.
all mobbing together. It's like, am I in Chicago? What the hell is happening right now?
Yeah, dude, that shit was
All right,
crazy.
we
got another one.
Like, perfect. I was gonna say we should try and think of a rear-wheel drive.
Back in the day.
Underrated.
Oh, well, I can do that
no,
too.
no,
if you
you-
want. Okay.
just go with
Back
it,
in the
yeah.
day when Mazda was having fun and the term Mazda Speed wasn't frowned upon by the CEO, I believe the Mazda Speed 3 and Mazda Speed 6s are now slept on.
Yeah.
They're super cool. They had, I think one of them had like 264 horsepower. The Mazda Speed 6 had like 276
they're the
horsepower.
same.
The 6 is super slept on.
Yeah.
And they had all-wheel drive, or the Mazda Speed 6 had all-wheel
It was
drive.
a weird all-wheel drive. Though.
Had a manual.
The Speed
Yeah.
3
Right?
didn't have all-wheel drive.
No.
The Speed 3 was front-wheel drive, but had a manual. And both of those cars are super duper fun, as long as you don't overbuild it. Because once you get
Yeah.
above like a 350 number, I think everything just kind of starts to grenade itself.
Yes.
But those cars are super fun, and I've heard that the driving experience is absolutely fantastic.
when they work. So I actually did a video on the Mazda Speed 6 a little bit ago, and a lot of people were like, dude, fuck yeah, I had one, loved it. But then a lot of people were like, I still have one, and it's the biggest fucking pain in the ass I've ever owned. Like the electrical systems are shit. They rot out super easily,
Yeah.
and they are just a bitch to work on. Like people are like, I just have nothing but issues with this car, but I still love it.
Yeah,
Like,
it kind of reminds me of like almost any budget turbo car.
oh
Yeah.
has the same life.
Especially because, like, dude, there were not many of those produced. This is why you don't really see them a lot, and they are like they're pretty pricey still for what they are. I think that's just because of the limited run of them, but they only made them for like a couple years, and there's like only like a few thousand of them ever made. So it's like they're pretty
Speed
rare.
3s have gnarly torque steer.
Speed 3s are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not very they're not very good at
But
it.
that makes it fun.
Yeah.
That makes it fun. A
Like-
lot of new cars, like, they do things that counter that, so you just floor it and it's just...
It's almost like fun cars don't have to always be good cars.
No, I agree with that statement completely. Sometimes it's more fun because it's a shit car and you don't care about beating the fuck out of it. That's what makes it a fun car.
Yeah. Rear-wheel drive underrated
Oh,
cars.
okay.
What do you guys
rear-wheel
think?
drive.
We talked about obviously all-wheel drive. We talked about front-wheel drive. That's easy. What about a rear-wheel drive underrated car that's out?
I mean-
there? People that don't have to deal with white stuff coming from the sky.
Like you said, early Corvettes, definitely underrated, but they are on the come up, especially as people start drifting them more and stuff. I see
They're
those
like
going
they're
up.
like in that like perfect area right now where they're cheap enough and they're available enough, and like people are starting to recognize them and scoop them up. But I think throughout the next few years, you're going to see that price start to go back up, and that a lot of people are going to start to snag them. So
I want to buy a C5 Corvette to make a drag car, but
be
then
dope.
turn it into a show car for non-drag events. You know what I mean? Like you see like everybody doing the American FD RX-7.
right, yeah.
And it's like got the sleeper eyes, work wheels,
sick.
on bags.
Yeah.
It's like I want to do that, but then I also want to be able
Want
to
it to
switch
have,
it out with like some slicks and have 100
Throw
shot
some
of
fucking
nitrous in the back.
beatbox on it and like call her.
Yeah. That'd be sick. And run a
would be
10-second
pretty
quarter
wild.
mile and just smile.
That would be pretty wild. Man, rear-wheel drive. I'm trying to think.
Rear-wheel drive is tricky because like
There is,
I feel
because,
like
like-
a lot of the rear-wheel drive ones are specifically meant to be like sports cars and stuff like that for the most part. So what's an underrated one? What's one that people aren't buying that maybe they should buy?
You let us know down in the comments too.
Yeah, honestly, it's tough because I want to go into like the BMW era, but most of those people are buying anyway.
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking like Hyundai Genesis, but those have really
I
blown
feel
up
like
because they got
they've
cheap.
all gotten their like good foundation and like following to them now.
Now I'm trying to think about like a convertible. You know, maybe. Well, no, like a rear-wheel drive convertible, because obviously if most of the hardtop stuff is taken, then you go to a vert, which isn't
Are
as pretty.
Crossfires
The
rear-wheel
SRT
drive?
they
'Cause
have
they had
an
an
SRT6.
SRT6, yeah.
yeah. Those are
Are
weird.
they rear?
Yeah, those are goofy.
I don't know anything. They look so bad. They're
Kinda
so
gross.
ugly.
And in theory, this should be Alex's favorite car
Why?
because it's a long nose,
Yeah.
stubby.
Yeah,
coupe.
rear-
It just the whole thing's made of plastic, and that's what turns me off.
It's
a little bit.
basically
So if it was all metal, you'd
it's
like it?
basically a cheaper Viper, is what I'm hearing.
Oh God, I want a Viper so bad.
I think you should get a Crossfire SRT6 and prove the world wrong. That
just-
those cars are kind of cool.
They're
I don't know if they're cool. I've never.
I honestly don't even know what the difference between like the SRT6 and the regular one is, other than
couldn't tell you.
some body.
I know that they exist. That's it. And
I
when
do think-
was blown away when I found that out.
I almost don't see MR2s that much anymore.
yeah,
MR2s are cool.
I've seen
Honestly-
a lot of people sneak up on the MRSs, which is the
Yep.
third gen.
Yeah.
And everybody loves them all of a sudden because they're like, oh, this is a fantastic handling car. It's like those things were the fucking armpit of the Toyota offering for
You know
like
how much shit they got when they
15
came
years.
out?
They got so much. The headlights are half the size of the car, for Christ's sake.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody wanted the second gen. They wanted the SW20. It was sharp. It was dope. And if you didn't treat it right, it threw you into a tree just like a good sports car should.
Jesus.
And then the MRS came out. It's like, we just want to have fun. We just want to be nice.
2000s
What
were
about
Comfortable.
LS400?
LS400.
I don't.
Cool.
I think they're cool. They come with a big V8. They're smooth as butter.
Yeah.
And you can get them dummy cheap if
yeah.
you buy it from the old guy that bought it at MSRP.
Can you own an LS400 and not absolutely shit the bed with suspension on it and listen to Suicide Boys, though? I feel like once you own one,
That's okay.
you're pinholed in on what you can do.
Doilies on the seats.
Huh?
Put
Doilies.
I'm not shitting on that. I love it. It's
No,
just,
No, I love.
What
I
about
love it.
Chasers? Are those two? Do those
I got
get the
Oh,
those got
I
so
got
hyped.
shit on with that opinion, by the way. I did a video for Torque where I was talking about best budget drift cars. We did a short.
Yeah.
And the long form video, the point of it being budget was to say like you could own it forever. Like it's a car that kind
Yeah.
of scaled as you got better at
sure.
drifting.
Yeah.
Well, in the short, that did not come across. And so I told apparently
Chasers were a budget,
literally
cheap
200 it's like 250,000 views and it just keeps climbing every day, dude. And I feel so bad, but they're like, I say E39, which is just a fun 5 series, but obviously just get an E46 in the long form video. And then I said a Chevy Corvette, and then I said a JZX90 as a budget drift car, and I got roasted.
Damn. Well, clarify in the comments.
God
or something.
damn it.
I did. I ended up
Okay, all
commenting
right,
on
all
it, and I'm sure I'm still getting shit on.
because
But,
people totally read into the
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah, that's true.
but it's besides. I do think, personally speaking, I do still think there's a lot of cars overseas that are worth the value that they're driving,
there's
even though they're
so
more
many.
expensive. The only thing that I do think is probably a little overrated is the RB stuff. I've heard a lot of people that tap into RBs and do stuff with the engines and
It's like-
crack the block. It's over. The moment you crack the block, unless you're a pro or have the unlimited money glitch, you're done.
The moment you buy an RB, you are going to always have a broken RB car in your garage at some point.
It's just it's really good until it ain't.
Yeah.
And then it's bad
it
news.
sits for 5,
And
10
it,
years.
it could be a while. Like I've seen them get beat the shit out of and run for years, but the moment it doesn't run, you are just fucked.
But I mean,
That's where it's like the 1J is so much different, where it's like the 1J is one of those cars where it seems like you can have issues with it, obviously, mostly cooling, it seems.
you're gonna have
but
issues
like,
with everything, especially when it's older.
But like they handle the repairs better. Like 1Js can they can take a hit and they can come back.
Well,
They can take it. It's like an RB is like this huge statue where it's like, you can't break me. And then an earthquake comes and the whole thing comes down. And it's like, oh.
Well, and not to mention the availability for that stuff in the States is horrible. You know, other places in the world a little bit easier, but yeah, you're going to be paying out the ass because you can't get it here. It was never here, so you got to import it. You got to buy from other places, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
But no, on that topic too, it's like, you know, we look at cars like the Gloria or the you know, all the Japanese versions of like the LS400 and all those other big body saloons with V8s under the hood or the turbocharged V6s. Dude, those are such a deal right now. Like if you want something just a little bit unique and a little different, and it's gonna be just a fantastic car for you, and it's gonna be comfortable as all hell, look into something like that.
Yeah, they are dope,
dude.
I like my Gloria.
I want something like that now.
I want another one. I want like another car like
if
it.
I
just not
if
that
I
car.
lived somewhere fucking year round that didn't, you know, wasn't like this 6 months out of the year, I'd trade that 328 in and I'd get something like this just a daily because
It's so
100%.
So comfy. I would say outside of that, I think that's some pretty good underrated drift or just underrated cars in general. If you guys have, sorry, it was still on my mind. If you guys have an underrated car that you think is totally worth it, put it in the comments below so we can give it a read. And of course, with that being said, before we break it off into the third segment, we want to talk about our next sponsor for the podcast, which is Fortune Auto. Absolutely awesome. We're actually going to visit Fortunato in March.
That's right.
yeah,
I
they
forgot.
sent us a party invite.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I've never been there.
We're going
Yeah.
to Fortunato's birthday party.
So we're going to go hang out
it's
with
not
Ray, and I'm definitely going to annoy the absolute shit out of Terry. But we're super excited. We're going to be going down there. We're going to be checking out some coilovers. We actually have a coilover set getting built for a project car that's going to be coming up in April. And we're going to be able to see the coilovers in person getting built. We've got some really cool stuff happening with that coilover set. So we're really excited. But with that being said, if you guys are looking for coilovers, Fortunato has a 500 series and they have a 510 series. The 500 series, really great entry-level coilover that you can jump into. What makes them really special is a lot of it's modular. You get a really good team behind you to help you build the right coilovers if you need something special, which I did for the car that we have coming up. So Ray and the team and Devin were actually able... You got to stop that.
No.
Devin was able to help out with that, which was absolutely huge in terms of finding the right spring rates and all that good stuff. But then you also have the 510. The 510 series, a little bit more expensive, but honestly, if you're jumping into a car...
that's your track coilover.
That's your track coilover pretty much all day. For instance, if you had an E46 M3 and you're looking to just really make it that track car forever and you want to be able to really dive into the suspension geometry, Fortunato has a ton of experience. The 510 is able to really capitalize on that experience, and we'd highly recommend them. You can find them on MartiniWorks as well, and probably by the time you're actually looking at picking up a set, we're working on getting them in stock too, so you don't have to wait for the lead time. You can actually just order it. It'll come right to your door. Boom.
They even have more than the 510s, but we don't got to get into that.
Yeah, that stuff gets real
That shit gets crazy.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
air ride's expensive.
Hey, I think we should probably address why the hell there's an E46 M3 just
secret.
out of the blue.
We could, or we could talk about breaking news.
And we'll get to it, I guess.
We have something huge. If you are a motorsport fan and you haven't heard this, you've probably been living under a rock. There's a certain name in the motorsport world known as Andretti. Andretti, big name, obviously has loads of cash hiding under every corner. And he's been working with Cadillac.
Okay.
Essentially, Andretti and Cadillac have been trying to come together to create a powertrain, an engine unit, and a car to participate in Formula One. If you watch Formula One, there's 10 teams, 20 drivers. Big pool at the end if you win. I think it's like $200 million or something like that, right?
And you
of
only
course,
spent $190 million to get there.
pretty much. Anyway, so there was a bid essentially out there to get Cadillac and Andretti into Formula One. And on Wednesday, Formula One rejected Andretti's global long-held bid to join the series in the 2025 or 2026 series, also denying the team's corporate partner, General Motors. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, so the group announcement states that F1 would look differently on an application for the entry of a team into the 2028 championship. Essentially, 5 years they do it like every 5 years, essentially, with a GM power unit. But adds that the sports research indicates that F1 would bring value to the Andretti brand rather than the other way around. So F1 literally said, "We're giving you more press by letting you in than you would us by having you a part of the race." Dude, think about that.
Okay.
So stupid.
That is
my only concern is like I'm not huge into that stuff, but like looking into it, I think he's like 83 years old. Mm-hmm. Like, is he planning? Is it?
I don't
his
think
race
he's
team?
gonna race. His race team.
I was just wanting to clarify because if he was driving, those guys go through some crazy G forces and shit. He might snap.
He might snap.
Not in a good way.
No, I think it was just like
his team.
Yeah.
That's stupid. I want to see Cadillac. I bet the Cadillac sound fucking gnarly on F1.
To be fair, Cadillac is a powerhouse in racing too. They do not skimp out. GM is a fucking train out there.
So to summarize that, basically, they've been working hard. There was an agreement like, yep, we're going to do this. We got the car built. We got the engine built. We have the money set aside for it. We're ready to go. And then last minute they pulled out because they didn't want to give him publicity.
Very, very close. So essentially what FIA told Andretti was...
So was it F1 or FIA?
Well, FIA is the sanctioning body of Formula One, which is a big media company.
Sure.
So we'll just say Formula One. Formula One said, hey, you say you're going to have this ready by 2025.
Yeah.
We don't believe you. That's literally what they said. We don't believe you that you're going to have that ready. And they said, on top of that, we think that we'd be giving you more press than you would be helping us. So no.
So that's the big deal.
Yeah,
they know they're going to have it ready. How do you not have something ready for that?
So that's
when you have all of that.
Yeah, it's not.
There's no way.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know how to compare it, but it's not like Volvo is just randomly coming into Formula One.
Yeah.
General Motors as a
Yeah.
partner, as a backer, they have almost everything needed. They're already in, endurance racing. They're already in pretty much every other class. They know how to build power units.
Yeah.
They know how to develop whatever they need to within the specifications. Would they be super competitive? Who knows? But Formula One's saying, we don't think you'd be competitive. And also, the 10 teams probably don't want to split the pot with you, because then if you open it up to 11 teams, the pot comes down.
Oh, darn. Shoot, I'm missing out on a couple $100,000.
Or, F1 has gotten so much publicity, you can't tell me their numbers aren't skyrocketing. How can't they just
think about
increase the pot a little bit?
But think about how big the American population has become aware of Formula One, and how excited.
And then the one American team wants to come on board and they're like, no.
Yeah, and Drive to Survive has been huge in that. Even like Haas, people have been loving Haas because it's like, or even what's the guy's name that is the American Logan Sargent. People be rooting for Logan Sargent because he's American. That's it, and he has the name Logan Sargent. You know what I mean?
Wild name.
Imagine if there was an actual fully American-based Formula One team. That would go so wild.
I seen in other Formula One news that Lewis Hamilton is going to Ferrari.
Potentially. I don't know. The thing that's really weird to me is I think that's just a lot of bah humbug. He's got so much history with Mercedes.
Yeah.
He's so invested in it. It'd be really hard for me to see him.
Yeah, well, Bill Belichick was invested in the Patriots. They canned his ass.
That's true.
I'm saying.
I would like to see... Well, no, I think he does good at Mercedes. I don't think I would like to see him go anywhere else. Ferrari is such a cool Formula One team to race for, even if they suck, because that's like... that's the brand.
Yeah.
That is the Formula One team.
It starts with F.
Ferrari. Formula One.
Yeah, it's all...
Oh, it's all together.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Formula One, to be honest with you.
I just making shit up.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
All right, would you guys rather have a CT4V Blackwing or an Audi RS3?
RS3.
RS3. Even though the Blackwing, I think, is really
Blackwing's
cool.
sick.
RS3 is sicker.
Really? That's it? You guys made that decision really kind of
RS3s are
fast.
fucking dope. Aren't those 5 cylinders too?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're fucking dope.
Yeah.
They're wickedly cool. Let's see what else we got. How did Jesus's agenda of... Oh, that's an ad.
What the
Thank you, Alex.
We're back to the church.
Sorry.
Church.
I didn't mean to bring that up. Okay. Cops raid Toyota plant in Japan. Have you heard about this?
No.
What the hell?
So there's a lot.
U.S. cops?
So here's the thing. The U.S. loves using the word raid. That's okay.
I can't see the Japanese.
just comes.
They literally just knocked on the door and they're like, "The cops are raided."
I don't. It's hard to me. It's hard for me
what?
to Yeah. Like, picture Japanese police. Like, in my mind, that doesn't exist. I don't know.
They don't
why.
really need them because it's pretty mild over there. But
Somebody wrote as the top comment, timeline of events. Toyota performs a self-audit, finds irregularities, then swiftly reports it. 2, Transport Ministry schedules on-site inspection of their facility for Tuesday. Step 3, journalists around the world. Toyota caught red-handed lying on emission tests. Cops raid Toyota
wait,
facility.
so it's a Volkswagen thing and coming all over again?
They called the cops on themselves?
So here's...
It's
That's a very Japan thing to do.
Well, here's the thing. There's a few things to kind of like lean at with this. Is like Toyota is not by any means the most perfect company that everybody shapes them up.
No,
to.
it is.
They get in trouble all the time.
Oh, I know.
They have so many offshoot brands that do so many things that are not to regulatory spec, but because they're offshoot, Toyota can like cut it off once it's caught.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's not my octopus leg. It's
Anymore.
We didn't know that they were doing that. It's like, yes, you fucking did. How do you not know? How do you not know that you're doing that? And so Toyota's been getting in a lot of heat over the last year because it just seems to keep happening, like more and more and more and
Now
more
they got
and
the
more.
heat on them.
And so, yes, the regulatory bodies of Japan, if you self-report, the fines and the trouble you get in is a lot less than if Japan finds out that you've been lying. Because
So they knew they were going to get caught, just decided to cough up the
Tail between the legs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's absolutely hilarious. You'll
I
see-
literally don't care when auto companies lie about emissions. I feel like it's bad to say, like that's a really bad thing to say, but it does not affect me going and purchasing one of their vehicles at all.
You know what's even worse is it reminds me of the time where Nissan had a stake in Mitsubishi back in like, I think they bought it in like 2013 or 2014. And then Nissan outed Mitsubishi for lying about their emissions. And it's like, you bitch. I thought you had my back. And it's like,
You're
no.
supposed to help me.
No. He's lying on the test, sir. He's lying on the test.
Hey, let me help you with that. Hey, you cheated.
Mitsubishi stock
But now
just goes,
Toyota cheated.
yeah, Mitsubishi stock just tanks, and then Nissan's like, actually, we're gonna sell.
See you guys.
What a dick move. All
I bet
right,
you Nissan cheating too.
sorry. So Honda
I bet you
upgrade.
everybody is.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Dude, yeah.
Volkswagen kind of just kick-started that thing, and everybody else just kind of ran.
Especially with
it.
all these EV laws and shit coming out, they're probably fudging a lot of shit up with any gas vehicles that are left.
That's true. All right, let's see what else do we got. There's not a lot of whole exciting news out here. Polestar to cut 15% of its staff. I don't think anybody even knew Polestar was doing things, so that
I think
makes sense.
everything in the world cut 50% of its staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of the tech companies and stuff too. They're all.
Everything. It's everything.
I just don't understand it.
Anyway,
moving forward. How long did you own your first car?
that's a good
So that's an interesting one because my technical first car was a Camaro 87. It was a 6-cylinder. It was manual. And, oh, man, I'm going to get some shit for this. But I was like 15 and a half, right? I got my temps.
Yep.
We got that. And I did not want to drive manual. I couldn't figure it out.
No.
My dad was like screaming at me. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. Plus, like, winter's coming. Like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
There's no way. My dad's like, yeah, you are fucked. Let's get rid of this thing. And then I got a PT Cruiser. So I had that Camaro for like 3 months, 4 months.
Nice. Gels?
God, so it was the Eclipse. I got it in like, it had to been 2012, 2013, and I think I sold it we were still in Green Bay. It had been about 7 years or so.
Holy fuck.
You had a car for 7 years?
I hold on to my cars for a
I've
while.
never had a vehicle for 7 years. Any.
I can't think of anything I've had for 7 years.
I had that all throughout high school,
Besides my
college.
friends and my wife.
Thank you.
There you go. Good cover.
That's insane. The PT Cruiser, though, I think I had that for a year. And let me come clear. I do like manual. I learned. All right.
Came around.
I learned on my Cobalt SS. I remember.
Interesting for you to say because you have an automatic Supra.
I know. That's why I feel like I got to disclose all this info. I got Cobalt SS. I made my dad drive it back because I still didn't know how to drive yet. And then we got home. And he's like, damn, this thing rips. And he's like, all right, let's teach you how to do it. And I was like, no. I'm going out by myself. Too stressful
Do not
having
make
us in
me
here.
sell this car.
So here I am fucking limping it out of the fucking driveway. I got out into the country, perfectly fine. It just like clicked instantly. When I was like in a space by myself, could breathe, wasn't getting yelled at. I just figured it out, and I was good.
Newer car too, probably a little bit easier.
Yeah,
not as heavy. Yeah, definitely.
That's neat.
And then I loved manual after.
Mercedes. I had that for like 7 months, and then I had the 3000 GT for like 6 months, and then I had the Audi C5 for like a year and a half, and then I had
Datsun for a while.
Datsun for like 6 years.
Okay, the whole car.
Okay.
Oh,
Then
wow.
I had a 3000 GTS VR4 for like 3 months, and then I had another 3K for like 4 months, and then I had a Lumina for like 3 months, and then I had an E55 for like a year. Sorry. Okay.
Ooh.
Anyway, I'd say about a year on average.
Yeah. Jesus.
Anyway, but now I just keep them.
Well,
Most of them.
yeah.
This guy said, this is a comment that I think is worth saying. He said, I have only ever owned one car. When I was 17, or I got it when I was 17 and I'm 35.
Damn.
2002 Honda Accord SE.
Okay.
Used at the time of purchase. I'd love another car, but this one still runs well, although I have to top off the oil from time to time, and only has 145K on it because I live in a city and don't use it a ton. It's a great city car because I'm not worried about it. City gas mileage is not that great, though. To be honest, this car is part of me now, and if I ever get rid of it, it's going to be an enormous emotional moment.
A Honda Accord, the type of car you just keep.
Yeah, because why get rid of
Until
it?
it goes in the ground. And it's not going to go in the ground. Not in your lifetime.
No.
Give it to your kid as their first car.
Exactly.
Somebody goes 18 years and counting. It's a 1976 Corvette my dad and I fixed up to
That's
drive to
cool.
my
I love that.
high school prom, and we have no plans of ever selling it.
Perfect. Beautiful.
What a
Yeah, wow.
heartwarming
Oh, here's
story.
another one. 28 years.
Ooh.
1996 Mazda MPV. Owned it since new. We've done
fuck is that?
nothing other than scheduled maintenance. It's like the van. Isn't that like the weird little minivan?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay.
TV.
You have to look it up now.
Yeah, I'll have to.
23 years and counting.
Wow, that's a lot. Must be good.
1983 Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Nice.
Honestly, I used to see those things all the time.
Yeah.
Now
Those
they're-
were
You
the.
don't see them.
Well, most of the people that own them are
Ford
dead.
Tauruses. Okay,
Dakota.
that's okay. The cars live on, Alex. Jesus Christ. What, you think you get buried in them when you buy one?
You don't?
No.
You don't?
No.
All right, well, I feel like I would.
No better.
What brand of car would you endorse if you were famous? That's a good one.
What the fuck?
Like, if you're famous enough to be a brand spokesperson, what brand would you go with? If you could pick any brand.
Suzuki.
The Suzuki Samurai.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I want to pick a really dumb one now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to think. That's a tough one. Because, like, you're locked in then. That's it.
Yeah, you're known for
all
that.
you get.
You're known for that.
Well,
That's
yeah,
you.
but you're also not allowed to have fucking any other car when you have those brand deals.
Shit.
I mean, I'm between three, probably Toyota, Honda, or Volkswagen.
Okay. I feel like, God, I feel like Nissan would be kind of cool.
Or Audi, I guess.
Just because, like,
Audi
I don't
would be
know.
cool.
You can maybe, like, focus on, like, the older
Alex
stuff.
is like, Ferrari.
No.
Yeah. Okay, who?
No. I would,
They'd be so strict.
yeah.
gosh.
They'd be like, don't sneeze in the car.
Man, that is a tough one.
Come on.
I
just
feel
say
like-
the Ferrari word.
Just
No.
it's fine if you want it.
So I am really thinking about, like, if they were to be just
Segway?
huge
It's really tough. It's
crab
really
asses about it, though. You know what I mean?
They
'Cause
would
you don't
be.
want to work
They
with a
would be.
brand
All
that's
of them would
ultra
be.
difficult.
All of them would be.
Yeah, but some more than
Yeah,
others.
yeah, you're right.
Some more than others.
Segway.
Yeah, the Segway Super Scooter GT.
You're already kind of there, bud.
Probably Porsche.
It's the only. The Segway's the only vehicle that has been
good
sent to you.
Yeah, you know, I started to think about this a week ago. I'm like, you know, they probably, like, brands probably aren't talking to me because I think I accidentally talk shit about all of them by, like, accident. Like Nissan,
Keep it
I'll
real.
be like Nissan, we do the dealership thing, and like Nissan's like, well, we could talk. Never mind. No, we're not talking to that kid. And then I'd be like talking about how, you know, sometimes this car is overrated, or like, hey, don't buy this type of BMW. I was like, we're not going to talk about him. Meanwhile, I watch like Dustin. Watch Dustin Williams or Adam or all those guys, and I never hear him talk shit about like any like actual manufacturer.
Dustin
And I'm like,
Williams
that's
is
how
a
they got.
saint. I've never heard Dustin Williams say a negative thing in his entire life. That boy's a saint. I'm not like that. I'll never get as
Protect
much.
that man.
I'm waiting for Subaru to fucking talk to him.
Subaru's gonna
We got
sue
some
you.
beef to squash.
I would pay. I would say this. I would love for the opportunity for Subaru to reach out to us and be like, we will give you
I want to interview Subaru.
We will give you a Subaru to own for a year, modify it, have fun with it, and then let us know if you hate it. And then watch it, see if it actually is the juice.
The thing is, I don't think I would hate it. Like, if everything's functioning and like I've driven STIs and loved them. The problem isn't that when they're running, they're great. It's when they're not running, and that just seems inevitable. Yeah. That's the problem. So it's like if I had one for a year and I drove it and it didn't blow up, it'd be hard pressed to say anything negative about it.
We're on a better start.
Other than like their very basic interiors. Subaru does not do a fantastic job with their interiors, in my opinion. But
I thought they had like a peak moment in the 2017-18 STI. I thought the interior was actually pretty dope.
They're alright, I guess. But like you compare anything else to it in its price range, and it's gonna have a better interior.
The new one, I cannot stand the giant head that they put in.
Yeah,
it's even worse when you get like a base model one, and like the area is the same size, but the screen is half the size. Dude, look it up. Seriously, it's so bad. Okay, I have to admit.
Do it.
Yeah.
I was searching for them the other day.
Why?
Just to see.
What the fuck?
How much they were.
All right.
Because I'm like, man, if I were ever to get rid of the 328i, what would be?
Pick a new WRX?
It would be because for the same reason. I want to see. I want to see.
I
want to see. It would be a turbocharged car. You can get off my fucking back.
No, that shouldn't be the one that you. All right.
No, but like I was just interested to see. They're actually like you can get like the newer ones for pretty cheap.
Okay.
But you have the one I clicked on. I was looking at. I got to the interior picture. I was like, what the fuck?
They keep the like giant
because the dash. Well, not the whole, but like. It's all like plastic covered.
Oh,
like,
it's got to look so bad. I have to look that up right after this.
Like in the Super, right? Like you get like the lower trim ones that have the smaller screen, but like that shroud is the same size, and you just fill it in. It's the same principle.
But
and
the thing is huge on the Super.
So bad.
I hate that. I hate every car.
That.
Speaking of, so on that topic.
Oh no, go ahead.
What has been your previous vehicle searches? I know you got them.
Oh, I do.
What's your marketplace looking like right now?
I can tell you right now. I actually don't even have to hide
Dodge
it.
Viper.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Shut up.
I've been looking at them VW Rabbit pickup trucks a lot. Yeah.
Man, the 2010s are hitting.
Here's what I got.
And Harlequins. I constantly check that.
First four things. Today's picks.
Yeah, what's showing up?
$40 vintage clock. A $12,950 Mitsubishi 3000 GT.
That's the one in Egg Harbor. I've been looking at.
Yes.
That's been for sale for a long time.
A $20 vintage amber lamp. And a $49,000 1979 Porsche 911. I'm not kidding.
I haven't looked much, honestly, but
I would say my search bar's all over the place though, because there's a $1.8 million Ford GT right next to a $37,000 Porsche. Next to
it's not what it's showing you; it's what you search for. What have you been looking up?
Well, the algorithm does its thing, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Golf Harlequins. VW Rabbit pickup trucks are on my radar. That's all I'm saying. I don't have any money for either of them, but
me neither.
I pretend like I can get one.
964 or Viper has been my go-to.
Damn, mine is a $1,500 Breed Ergo 1.5 seat, 1988 Toyota Celica, and a $120 bumper cover for like a Camry.
Great, but what else have you been looking up? You said you checked out WRXs. Anything else?
Oh, car-wise, just keeping an eye on the G80 prices, just in case.
Oh my god!
Just in case
if
something
you get one of those before I will break your neck.
Just in case something no longer pops off. I just want to be ready.
Like that guy, just like, hey, I want to get rid of my G80 for $5,000. Just not feeling it. I can't remember what I paid for it. So first one,
you never know.
Dude,
you never know.
The thing is, like, if there's ever an insane deal on Marketplace, you're not going to get it. There's like people that have like full-time jobs just scouring Marketplace.
Dude, so. It's insane.
Last one, and then we'll be done.
Okay.
What is the dumbest, worst thing, yet is still a holy grail car for you? Like, what's a car that's so weird, so wonky, so just, it's not supposed to be a holy grail?
Does the Harlequin fit in that? I feel like it totally does. Let me think if there's another one, though, because I always talk about that.
So somebody talks about the Subaru XT, right? He goes, I find the design, the interior and exterior, just bewildering. Somebody else goes, Suburban 2500. It had an 8.1 liter.
Jesus
Christ.
And
that's hefty.
Doesn't understand why he has it, but he loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said RX-8.
Oh, so that's a holy grail car for someone, Joes. You have
Volvo
it.
850R. Somebody said.
Oh, SVT Raptor. No, sorry. What the fuck did I just say? SVT Lightning is what I meant.
Jesus. Oh yeah, you have been talking about the Lightnings.
I'm in a weird little truck phase. I don't know what's going on. I have always liked Lightnings. The Rabbit's new, but I've always really liked Lightnings.
You remember like all the H2I and like Solo videos that were just covered and littered with those rabbit trucks?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
A friend of mine, Tyler, had
Is it
one.
coming back?
I don't know. I see them. They pop up and they're decently priced. Like, God, I fucking. And then I got hit. I told Gels about this. Dude, I was scrolling through Marketplace. I was looking those up. I got hit with a conversion kit for a Mark IV Jetta to turn it into a truck for sale by a local guy.
That was
He's like, I bought it, never got around to it. It's the full kit, everything to do it.
Kit to take a Mark IV Jetta and turn it into a pickup truck. And like you said, it was local. It was like 20 minutes away. He's like, how the fuck? Why
It's $2,000. So if you want to do a build series on the channel, you want to turn the Jetta into a truck, we can do that.
Sounds exciting.
I don't know if I would do it, honestly. I don't know what.
It sounds enticing, but I don't know if I could.
I don't think I could do it.
It doesn't even.
I want to. You got to.
It would be kind of cool.
With that. I would like.
Yeah, I'll have to find it. I'll dig through.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Holy Grail car. That's like a little out there, a little weird. Oh man.
Gotta be some rotary for you, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna. That's what I was between like the first gen like GSX Eclipses, like because they're just like
First gen.
Yeah, it's like they're super boxy, but I always like the interior. Like
I think those are so
the
ugly.
angled dashboard, and it's like all angled towards you is super cool.
I love when that.
But
the
like
vehicles do that.
the Mazda Cosmo, I think is so fucking cool.
Oh,
like
now he's popping off.
the 3-rotor. Like it's more of like a luxury rotary car, but they're still really neat. They look really dope. I like those.
Nice. That was a good one. Did you say yours, Alex? I can't remember. Okay, what do you got?
I have always really enjoyed Nissan Laurels.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
Makes
like the window of the Nissan
I
Laurels.
can't even think of
captivating to me.
They're another.
what's different between the Laurel and the Gloria. Aren't they like the same car?
No, power is different.
I don't know.
They're a little older, aren't they?
They're a little older, a little boxier.
Because I remember,
They look like a 4-door S chassis.
I remember in like 2015, someone had like a Laurel.
Teresa.
Yeah, I remember that was like kind of a big deal back then.
Yeah, she had
It was neat. It was
She
a
was
neat
actually the
car.
one that designed the Never Abandon What's Important to You.
Oh, no kidding. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, she's an awesome person. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for listening to the MartiniWorks podcast.
Season 2!
Episode 1.
Let's go. If you guys are wondering where you can get your car parts, MartiniWorks, please and thank you. And if you don't see
car shirts.
what you need, reach out to us. Use the little chat thingy. You're talking to us the whole time. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment below. It helps us out a ton. Thank you so much for reviewing the podcast on all of those podcast channel powers that be, because people like the potty. We got to keep it going.
Also, it's dope when you guys share it on your stories. You do it all the time. That's sick. I try to reshare it every time someone takes me.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much for the support. We'll talk to you on the next one.
Bye.